Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome and thank you so much for stopping by. My name's Carrie. In today's video, I am going to be setting up my monthly spread for the month of June in my bullet journal. Super excited about it. It has been kind of a crazy couple of months, and so I had originally intended on using this notebook starting in June, but my other notebook kind of started to fall apart because apparently I ripped out like the 2 pages that were holding the whole thing together. So a couple weeks ago, I went ahead and started in my new bullet journal notebook. I did do a whole video on this notebook, so if you want to check that out, kind of see what it's all about, definitely do that. But this is the Leuchtturm 1917 bullet journal version 2. It's a dot grid, so that is the notebook that I'm going to be using from now on, at least until I finish it. For today, I'm just gonna be setting up the month of June in my bullet journal. I'm doing a little bit more of a minimal style because that's just kind of the season of life that I'm in right now. I know there are a lot of pretty and like very in-depth and detailed bullet journal spreads out there on the internet, and I have done those in the past, but right now it is just not that time for me. So we're gonna set up a pretty basic monthly spread. Super excited about it, and yeah, let's just jump right in. So the first thing we're gonna do is just open this up to the next blank page. This is the page I'm gonna be using, and I'm just gonna make a little monthly spread here. I am gonna kind of peek back to what I did for May. So I have like the dimensions of the like box sizes over here that I need to be using because that can get a little bit complicated sometimes. Thankfully, this notebook has like little markers of where certain sections are on the page, so that makes it kind of easy, but I'm still gonna refer back to May's monthly so that way I can kind of plan that out well, I guess. But yeah, we are just gonna make a calendar layout for June. I find seeing the weeks like in calendar format really helps me kind of see what's going on for the month. So that's what we're gonna do. That is a very, very messy line. We will erase it before we do anything. It would not be a plan with me if I didn't mess up a line somewhere. I am literally the worst at drawing straight lines. I am terrible at it. All right, so now we have all of our lines kind of sketched out. I'm gonna go ahead and again, take my ruler and I'm gonna take my thicker micron pen. This is the Pigma Micron 08, and I am going to use this to create the lines in ink on my page. So I have done monthly spreads in my bullet journal. I can't even tell you how many ways I've tried to do it. And every format of setting up a monthly is beneficial in some way or another, just depending on the person. I have found though, for me, that even though doing this monthly setup in this calendar format does take a lot longer than just like rows or columns of things that you have going on. For me, it helps me get a better idea of what's happening each week in the month. Being able to see things as a whole, like at a glance, is something super helpful for me. So even though it does take a lot more time, it's worth it, and I'm able to kind of use it better, if that makes sense. This is probably going to be the most time-consuming part of this whole process because it is so many lines, but once we're done with it, it tends to move pretty quickly for the rest of the monthly setup. So now that that is done, I am gonna go ahead and label all of these with the days of the week and the dates. Oh no. Does anyone want to see what I did wrong? That's okay. Nothing we can't fix. This will just block this out and make this like a little heart. A big heart. Ta-da! Like a story of my life. 8. Thankfully, we did not get too far in and we can fix it. And by fix it, I mean keep going and cross out what was wrong. So we obviously messed that up a little bit, but I honestly don't care enough to redo the entire monthly grid, so I'm not gonna do it. I am just gonna end up using this column for, I don't know, something, maybe some sort of like task list or I don't know, meals that week. That could be a good thing, but yeah, definitely mess that up, put too many lines in, story of my life. It happens sometimes, but you know what? We are just gonna keep it and move on because life isn't perfect and our bullet journals don't have to be either. All right, I probably should have done the days of the week first and that probably would have helped me a lot, but here we are. Really quickly, I'm going to just write the name of the month at the top. I'll use green because why not? Feeling bold, I guess. Not bold because it's a bold color, but bold just because like these pens, this is the Tombow dual brush pen, and the thickness of the tip is notoriously difficult for me to use, but we're just gonna do it anyway, and it's fine. Alrighty, so there we have the month of June in my bullet journal. We're just gonna pretend that didn't happen and we're just gonna leave it as is and move along. All right, so we're gonna flip to the next page. I will fill that calendar in later. And what we're gonna do now is just kind of map out where I want things to go for the first weekly of June. So what I have been doing is I'll create a weekly spread on one page and then I'll just do dailies as the day comes up. And I kind of do more of like an original bullet journal method style of planning. I don't create like huge elaborate weekly spreads just because for me, that's not something that's super feasible or realistic or functional right now. And so mainly the weekly spread is essentially just like a week at a glance that I use to know kind of what's coming up each day. The last one that I did actually was really, really helpful for me and really functional. So I'm gonna do that again. Basically, I just put the week dates up here. So this is like the week of, this would be technically June 2nd to the 8th. And then we'll list like this. Monday is the 2nd. Leave a couple spaces. Mess that up again. Go team. Learn from my mistakes, do things in pencil first. That's okay though, because I will end up probably putting something down there because I do have stuff going on that day. So yeah, what I will end up doing is I'm gonna go ahead and take a highlighter real quick and just kind of highlight these to make them stand out a bit more. And I'm gonna use this cool lime green, neon green color. This is a zebra mild liner, and this is the color citrus green. It is one of my favorites, so yeah. What I also like to do on my weeklies is to just put like a general to do and then a coming up section. All right, and that is pretty much it for the weekly spread. So even though it is only the 25th today, I'm gonna go ahead and just get the first day prepped. So Monday, June 2nd. I like to use these pens for my bullet journal. They're really thin. They're kind of like Muji knockoffs, I guess, but I will link them below. I love these pens. They come in a pack of, I think, like 12. I don't know. They're pretty inexpensive, but I will definitely link them. I just really like the way that they write in my bullet journal, so this is kind of my go-to. All right, so now that I have that started, basically what I will do when it's time is on Monday, or probably the Sunday before, honestly, I'll just kind of write out the things that I have going on that day. So if I have an appointment, I'll put it at the top, and then any sort of tasks will just be marked with a bullet. Then as I do those tasks, I'll either cross them off or partially cross them off if I got started on them but haven't finished. And then if I migrate something to the next day or I don't quite finish something, then I will use the little arrow to note that I'm moving it to the next day's list of things to do. And that is pretty much it for my June monthly spread. Like I said, it was gonna be super quick. I will go into more detail about why I'm using more minimal spreads right now and kind of the pros and cons and differences between minimal bullet journals and artistic bullet journals. You can also always use a combination of the two or kind of go back and forth depending on what you know, you have going on, or, you know, what season of life you're in, whatever's functional for you. But I do think it's an important thing to talk about because it is really, really easy to get caught up in like doing the fanciest, most artistic spreads when realistically, maybe you don't need to do that. And that's kind of where I am right now with my bullet journal. So we have set it up. It was super quick. You saw that I made some like wild mistakes, but it just kind of is what it is. And I think it's important that that part of bullet journaling is shown on the internet because a lot of times it's not. So I will do that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, comments, anything like that, I would love to hear them in the comment section below. If you liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It is super, super helpful. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you as a subscriber. I talk about plants, I talk about planning, I talk about all types of things. I don't really have a niche, and that's probably like the worst thing ever for the algorithm, but it is what it is. I literally cannot just pick one thing. It's just how I am wired as a human. So yeah, thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.